Hello and welcome. This is your boy Jax coming to you live from NYC, or I should say, recorded live from NYC. As you all know, today is the day Star Wars The Last Jedi is out in theaters, and I give it two thumbs up. Yay! On a serious note, really, it was actually a pretty good introduction into the series. I am I'm actually pretty enthusiastic about it, to be honest. I have to say, Ryan Johnson, I believe that's the name of the writer director, actually did an amazing job crafting the story. Even though nothing really happened, it was like a very very short. The events that took place were the rebels trying to escape from the encroaching Imperial or First Order. Yes, that's what they call, and doing a shit job about it. To be honest, I wasn't quite sure exactly what happened to the brilliance of the Rebel Alliance from back in the day. I mean, all I got was disarray and incompetence, to be honest. And for some reason, the Rebel Alliance seemed to embrace suicide in order to actually achieve their goals, however paltry or minimum it seems. I'm not quite sure exactly what. It's like they were sort of glorifying the holes. I mean, a lot of characters actually sacrificed them. I mean, I know, yes, sacrificing is a thing. Yes, you can sacrifice yourself to actually save someone, but I do believe the Rebel Alliance actually took it a little bit too far and became more of like a whole. Hey, things aren't going our way. Why not crash your ship into this and kill everyone, including yourself? Which is actually kind of ironic because they were dwindling. They didn't have as much. I mean, they were losing soldiers in the fight, like left and right. It was horrible. I can't believe how bad it was. It's like they forego strategy or whatever, and they were just shit. That's all I have to say about that. And the Imperials or the First Order were actually decimating the ranks, which is a shame that the rebels are less than they were back in previous episodes. With that said, I do believe that something sort of happened to the Force. I mean, yes, we did have instances of where Luke used the Force to such epic proportion. It was mind blowing. But unfortunately, Ray and what's his name again? Ray and Ben Solo. Oh, shit, well, I guess Ben Solo would work. Ray and Ben Solo seem to have lost their powers, or at least it was heavily muted, which seemed a bit weird, especially watching The Force Awakening and seeing her how powerful she was, and all of a sudden she's, I don't know. I might be wrong. I may have missed something, but we'll find out with the next in the series. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, like I said, I did enjoy the show. I think it was great. Wasn't too happy with, I don't know, with Finn. I think he was relegated into more of a side character, along with Daisy Ridley after her parentage was actually discovered, which was also a bit weird. We were all speculating it was something epic, something she had a bloodline, blah blah. Turns out that wasn't the case. She was born from parents who apparently sold her for drink. And after that, it seems also her character was actually relegated to secondary character, which I thought it was a bit weird. Surprisingly, Ben Solo after that point actually became more of a focal Unless, of course, that's what it is. I mean, Star Wars has always been about the Skywalker family, so I guess, or the Skywalker bloodline, so I guess it sort of makes sense that Ben, or Kylo Ren, that's his name finally, I remembered, Kylo Ren will actually now become the focus of the rest of this trilogy. I mean, I guess that would make sense. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens with the with episode 9. As I was saying, yes, there were some beautiful moments. I thought it was a fantastic, fantastic series. I remember General Holder. There was a scene in space where she had to sacrifice herself. Here I go again with the whole sacrifice thing. And that sequence, I think it was the first time I actually saw a space battle or destruction in space that actually followed the rules of space battle or space destruction, because in space, space is vacuum, you can hear any sound. And when she crashed the rebel ship into the First Order's carrier destroyer or whatever it is, it was so amazing. It was like the effects, it just popped out. All I can say is this: if I do get a poster, I'm hoping they would actually have a shot of that scene, and that's all I want. That was the most beautiful, most vibrant, most unexpected thing that I've seen in a while at a movie theater, ever since The Matrix, to be honest. Just that shot. It was like the explosion, there was no noise, it was just silent. It was fantastic. So that was great. Wow. I was also worried that they were completely going off from the original six. But surprisingly, they actually kept one aspect of the story that I thought was a bit annoying, and that's how much the Skywalker male clan tend to whine a lot. It was like it was Anakin, and now apparently, I mean, it was Anakin, then it was Ben, and now it is Luke. So I guess that sort of ties the entire series if you want to look at it that way. I mean, it is interesting. Yes, he whined a lot, and yes, there is something seriously wrong with the Skywalker bloodline. I don't know. I think half the time, to be honest, I thought, you know what, if you just wipe out the Skywalker clan, everything would be fine. I know, it's a stupid theory, but you know what? Whatever. It's like they are always causing, making things worse than it needs to be, I think. With that said, I have to say, it's it was well done. The comedic chops, the comedy in it actually helped minimize the brutality of the events that actually took place in the series. In and also at the end, it sort of gave us hope that it's not just gonna end with them. It's like the Jedi isn't over, and we should be expecting more to crop up from the ashes of probably the First Order and the Rebel alliances. Because frankly, I'm not quite sure either one is actually going to survive at the end of the series. Whatever happens, someone else is probably going to rise up from the ashes of both groups. Because honestly, they've been doing a shit poor job trying to win the war. Um, well, that is it for me. I did enjoy it. I thought it was actually one of the better series of the Star Wars series. It was brilliant. It was great. I slept on it. I woke up and I still felt great about it. So, yay. Good work, Disney. Good work, Ryan Johnson. And Warner Brothers, if you happen to be seeing this, see, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes, and still it's going to crush it. All right? 2 hours makes no sense for Justice League. Absolutely no sense. That really pissed me off, to be honest. The fact you guys butchered Justice League the way you did. I mean, I've been a big supporter of the DC movie universe for as long as I can remember. The only thing I really didn't like, that I utterly didn't despise, was Suicide Squad and how horrible it was. Other than that, I thought everything else was great until you released Justice League and completely ruined the franchise. I was actually surprisingly suffering from superhero fatigue, that it took me a while to actually get back into the TV series version, because I was just so pissed and upset with the way things turned out. It's like, you do not have to be Disney. Stick to your own guns, get better storylines, and stay away from the directors. Let them do their job. And if they fuck up, then you get rid of them and get someone else. But and that's all you have to do. There is no point having multiple executives chopping things up, saying, sticking things, changing things around without a single idea of what's going on, or have different studios without the input of the director, whatever, changing things up, which apparently that's what happened with Suicide Squad. I was like, Zack Snyder, you may not like him, but at least his stuff is visually appealing. And even though Batman vs. Superman was very divisive, it still did well, monetary wise, compared to what you guys forced Josh Whedon to actually do with the Justice League. Had he just done as Zack Snyder asked, filled up the connective tissue, make it much mesh better, I do believe the movie, even though if it wasn't well reviewed, would have done better, because you lost a lot of fans. And I mean a lot. I watched Batman vs. Superman. Wasn't the best movie in the world, at least the theatrical version, but I saw it 3 times. Justice League, I have no intention of ever seeing it again at a movie theater. So, toodles. Oh my god, this is actually about Star Wars. I'm sorry, I kind of went on the sidetrack there. Yes, Star Wars is a great movie. You guys got to see it, and I can't wait for episode 9. I think Disney is going to rule the world. Oh, yes, and of course, if the Avengers Infinity War is anything even half as good as Star Wars Last Jedi, I think it is going to crush it. And I do believe Disney knows how to tell their brand of story. Anyway, this is your boy Jackson coming to you live from NYC, recorded live from NYC. Sorry about my rambling. I'm a little bit groggy. I stayed a bit too late last night, or I should say this morning, so I'm not really there. Anyway, good news. I should start releasing a video every Friday. I know. I said that the last time, but now I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to make things proper. I'm not going to ramble on. Everything's actually going to be laid out. I'm going to write out everything I need to say, or an outline or whatever, and speak about it rather than try to pull things out of my ass as I'm doing right now. Oh, like I said, go see it. Star Wars The Last Jedi, a very good entry, okay, it's a very good entry. I do believe this would have been a better first entry for the new trilogy than Force Awakens. That's all I gotta say, and I hope you have a good day and a nice weekend. Take care. Bye.